welcome back to another episode, and this one is an update on the 68 Camaro, the Bracketeer. The Bracketeer? Or is it the Racketeer? Or is it the Bracketeer? Or is it the Racketeer? I don't know, whatever you want it to be. Anyway, we're going to get you... No Fords. No Fords. So, we're just going to get you up to date on what we're doing with the car since our first meeting at Santa Pod. That went quite well. If you haven't watched it, go and watch the video. We also done a coffee run to the local Cars and Coffee meet. And, as you can see behind me, somewhere, there, Ricky Bobby's here, way, with his new magic legs, way.
I don't feel so magic yet, mate.
You obviously seen one of his scars the other day, and then this time, look, we got a plaster on this side now.
We got a new one.
So Ricky Bobby's now back in action, although incredibly slow. Do you want to tell anyone about anything? Everyone's been super worried because you've not been in any videos.
That's a complete another episode. We will. I'll tell you what we will do. Let's get this done before the next meeting. We'll do a sit down chat about racing and rebuilding both cars and humans.
With his magic legs.
There's a lot going on.
You got magic legs.
Magic legs.
Anyway, back to the real stuff. The car's in the workshop. We've just jacked it up. Ricky Bobby's about to take the carb off. Drain all the fuel out of that. We're going to drain the fuel out of the car. Wheels off. And back all the valves off. We need to have the sump off. And weld in a slug for a temp sensor. Spanner check the whole car. We were pretty happy with everything at Santa Pod. Any issues? Really? I would say, other than servicing things, the biggest modification we're going to have to do is to the scoop, because we ran that 890 and we took the scoop off, so we need to figure out how we're going to get the air into the 555 Jeff Ball better, because we're not revving right out through the finish line. So there's a little bit of work there. There's more in the car, so we'll crack on with some stuff now and keep you updated. Thanks for watching. I hope you've been enjoying the the journey so far. Little bit of fettling on the Camaro today. Ricky Bobby's under here somewhere. Under there.
Hello.
New hips, bad bum.
New hips.
And he has just hooked out a main cap and is just checking the bearings and having a little look and seeing what's all going on up in there. Are you happy? Other than your health?
In general, with this is nice. Oh, this is really nice. Yeah, she's nice.
So he's going to have a little bit more of a look. If he's happy with everything he sees, we will get the main cap back on, get the sump back on, which has had... one of the reasons for taking it off was we put an extra slug welded into it here for the oil temp sensor, which will go up to the aim dash. And other than that, there's a few little bits we're going to be doing. The pads are now out. We're going to put fresh pads in there to try and make it stop a little bit better. And then it will just be a few little fettly bits. The carb's been stripped and cleaned and is all ready to go back on. So hopefully we'll all be good to go. What's going on here then?
Bit bodging.
Bit of bodging?
Bit of bodging.
What, more bodging than those zip ties that were holding the springs in?
What zip ties?
Those ones that were down there that were holding the spring in.
That's my friendship bracelets. They fell off. I didn't want to break them while I was working. Long story short, we were, as you've seen from the wheel, we're a bit bouncy.
They all seemed, you all saw the bounce, didn't you? Did you all see the bounce It's coming down and then coming up and then coming down and then coming up and coming down.
A bit bouncing, so...
So the front end at the moment is still Pinto, Ford Pinto.
Yeah, bit very molested Pinto. Obviously, started bouncing, we need to do something with shockies. Obviously, double adjustable would be nice. So it has had uprated shocks, but they're obviously not good enough for what we're doing. You still had springs that someone had got at. That's a spring. That's all you're seeing of that.
nothing happened to that.
Nothing happened to that. So we're literally having a play now to try and not go crazy and tube arm aftermarket like rose joint. Keep it as it is. There's no point. I mean, the way you drive, they don't touch the floor very much. So if we can perhaps replace it with a double adjustable coilover, this is just being used as a dummy to see if this works.
Those are the original ones from the rear axle, aren't they?
We're gonna have to make some mods to the top mount because obviously we were coil spring and shock separate. So traditional top mount straight up through the top on the rubber bush. We can probably mount a coil over in here. Spring's gonna have to obviously be above the lower arm, which shouldn't be a problem. We got the original hole here for the factory mount in, and the aftermarket ones, that were dropped down a little bit to keep the travel there. So yeah, so long as we can keep a 2 1/4 inch spring above here, which should be all right. We're gonna have to plasma out the top here to accept a 2 1/4 inch spring. So I'll probably have to go nearly up to like 4 inch.
Yeah.
Then we can either keep it as it was traditional at the top, tube it, make it higher, or we can lob it off altogether and mount it straight off the chassis here, which we're probably, looking at how much shock length we're going to have, we're probably going to have to go to here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what you're doing?
That's what we're feeling our way in at the moment.
And you've also done a few mods to the tank this morning, the fuel tank.
Yeah, we've got to play
Gauze in the bottom. We ended up taking the foam out of the tank, because we weren't sure if the big old Barry Grant was trying to suck the foam up. So we took the foam out, put a gauze in the bottom. We've also added in this guy here, which is tube nutted and then right to the bottom, so we can use that as a dipstick to see how much fuel we've got.
Just in case Stan's not there and we need a dipstick.
Yeah. I reckon I could fit him down through that.
Alright.
And I don't know if we mentioned or if we've shown. If I go and do it,
I was just about to say, do you want to say why we're having a little bit of a flap about this? A little bit of
there
a
was
flap.
I'm not sure if we've mentioned it, but let me grab a torch a second.
Like, a lot of you guys are probably thinking, oh, it's a bit of bounce, sort it out over the winter. We'll do it next season. Little bit of bounce. It was fine. It was fine. How close was it to not being fine, Charles?
Well, there was, if I just take you under here, obviously you've seen we've had the sump off. It's back on. I don't think I showed you this under here, though. Oh, look at those rack boots. Cheers, Ricky Bobby.
Back power.
The sump has had a little rub on this front edge. There's a little bit of Santa Pod Raceway left on the front edge of that sump. So that is why we would like to stop it coming down so hard and control that bounce, because we don't want to smash the sump clean out the bottom of it. When I put this bar in here, I made that so it was sump height. But obviously the front edge is slightly lower as we're coming down so hard. So that's why we're doing that. Oh, I just bumped into Ricky Bobby with his new magic legs. I nearly took him out.
The new hit.
Yeah, so we'll start cutting this front end up and do some more filming. Oh, that would work actually. That would open them as well as it come down.
It would. It would.
And you could just put a straw straight through the top there into the
Well, not only that, I can guarantee you, I mean, you've got to support your local business. These are local shockies, and I know John Thatch himself recently gassed this.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, that'd be good then.
Nice.
Okay, I have had some news, good news, that our front coilovers have arrived, and I'm on my way to the workshop now. But I've also heard that Ricky Bobby is at the workshop with his new magic legs, and he is letting rip with the plasma cutter on the front of the Camaro. So I'm going to pull up at the shop now and we'll go in and have a look and see what he's done to the Bracketeer on the front end and see if we can get these coilovers mounted in. Oh, they're sat in there then? They're sat in there? Oh, you've gone for the higher hole. Oh, you've only done one side? Why? You're happy with what's happened here? You look absolutely fucked. So you boshed all of that out.
Yeah.
All of that nonsense was all up inside of you.
Yeah.
All up in her.
Well,
So we're going to keep...
Well, if you look around the other side, you
Well, you can sort of see exactly what's
show
going on
them
there.
yeah, but as you know, that's not just cut that out, is it? Is it? You've looked under there,
I've
haven't
looked
you?
under there. There's like all sorts of different layers and... Yeah, there's a lot going on in there.
He's
Bosh that, so we're keeping that subframe, and then we're obviously going to keep the original upper and lower arms.
Yeah.
And then we'll mount these off of the chassis. Yeah, nice. Why have you decided to go for the original hull rather than the dropped ones?
I haven't made mine up yet.
Oh, right.
I haven't made mine up yet. At the moment, the shockey's on full extent. We've only got the thickness of a nut on the anti-droop.
Oh, yeah.
So what I'll probably do, because we're obviously running pretty much level on the top arm, a little bit down on the other one, we'll have a play with how much sweep we want on it, then decide we're going upper or lower hull. We're going to have a smidgen out of here. As you can see, she's tight here. I'm going to need to hook it out again and take that up to the brace bar on the upper arm. Just bring it a little bit closer, just because we're on it. That's one of the original rears. That's a spring. I'm not going to say what spring it is. You lot can figure it out yourself when you build your own race car. So the next one's going to be a lot beefier because it'll be size spring. We'll go and grab one off the Jag.
All right.
In a minute.
Well, you show me what you did cutting that out then, and I'll cut the other side out. And that's what I'll do.
You want to cut
Get
that
it
side out?
This is all... Yeah.
You want to
I want to get on with it now.
Right, do you
We've
want
got
to
to
know
go
what we
racing.
need to cut out?
Yeah.
We haven't got this one.
You have a bit of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you haven't got this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you eye up this one and decide against it.
Yeah.
Then you have a go on this one.
Yeah.
You have quite a lot of goes on this one.
Yeah.
Now, the trouble is with this one,
Yeah.
you know the nonsense underneath you said about?
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't worked this year. This is my first day back.
Yeah, I know. You've gone
Yeah.
quite keen for your
Yeah.
first day back
Yeah.
with your new legs and your new bum.
I forgot how much these don't like being used upside down.
Yeah.
A lot of the lead to pull up in there, and what
Yeah.
you're cutting pull up. I went through for this one in ours either.
Yo, we went through no
Sorry,
tips.
Wyatt. Sorry,
Zero
Wyatt.
tips you went
Sorry,
through.
Wyatt. Then what else we have a go? Oh yes, that really wound me up. So then I had to go at this one.
Okay.
There, chisel. Sorry,
Yeah.
there's no end in it.
Yeah, I've seen that
Then-
falling out down there.
When that went wrong, I had to go on this one's.
Yeah.
And between all of them tools, there was a lot of crying and sulking.
Well, it looks like it's gone quite well then.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, if you come an hour ago, it looked like a volcano eruption. There was a lot of dangly, drippy bits, and it was nasty. It was nasty. But no, it's getting there. It's getting there.
All right.
So-
I'll cut this side off then.
Oh yeah.
Let's do that,
Fine,
mate.
isn't it?
Bop. Bop.
Yeah.
Right. I just want to know, everything's moving far too fast here for my liking. None of us can keep up with new Ricky Bobby, who's going at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Can we have a little update from what's happened? There was a lot of plasma cutting which didn't get filmed, and then many things have happened, and it's all too much. Look, we now have coilovers in here, which no one said anything about. It's just happened overnight. Ricky Bobby was on it after all this plasma cutting happened. Stan's taking stuff apart here. So why is the wheel down there, Stan? Is all this coming off
I
now?
have no idea, you haven't even told me. You haven't even told me yet.
Why is there a hat on the carburetor? Is that the new thing?
That's the air filter, that. One of them organic materials.
So,
Have a socket.
from what I can figure out, Bobby's fitted all new coilovers on the front. He seems to be relatively happy with it. They're all tigged in there now.
Fuck, so we can't keep putting sockets.
They're still using all the original arms, and now he's taking it all apart so I can paint it, is what I think's happening. Stan just wants to go home. On top of that update, the bonnet here, scoop, still the same scoop. However, we've modified it, closed the gap here, so it now, if you see there, that ring now seals to the carburetor. So that'll be sealed around the top of the carb. Sits around this lip here, all the way around. So we're gonna see what that does. And we've started fitting some Hartwell catches to the windows, and Stan over here is just trying to go home. But everything's happening really fast. New Ricky Bobby is too much. I can't cope.
Paint that. Paint it. Is he painted yet?
I'm gonna paint some stuff because this is all too much.
It's gonna get painted tonight. Why are you getting so on top of it?
Why is my wheel falling off? Why am I now involved? I don't want to be doing all this. I'm just film guy these days.
He's driver.
I'm just driver. Arrive and drive. Arrive and drive. That's me. Arrive and drive.
I'll let you know. I said that once. It ended up real bad for me.
You got a lot of liquid coming out your head. I can't keep up with you, Ricky.
Don't give up drinking cider because you put water in it, just leaks straight out of you.
Yeah.
You got 21 seconds to go.
Oh, look at this! We're multitasking!
What time are they calling us to fire up road?
Next Friday. We still have a week and a smidgen. Or no? Or no? Or no, I don't know.
You weren't that fast before you had all that time off?
You know what it was? I was inducted to Universal Soldier. You'll have no idea about that, will you, Stan? No idea. Right.
Thanks for watching. Come back tomorrow when these are all painted and we're going to put it together.
Just got to wear some bars in. We've got to wear some bars in.
Oh yeah, we got to
Yes, no! I'm fucking telling them!
We got to weld this up
weld
when
the
we
bars in.
plasma cutted all those holes. Right, we're all going home. Come on.
Right, well done,
Home
team.
time. Well done, team. Go team. Woo!
Full joint.
Woo! William Stevens. That is close.
Sorry.
Right, recap. Stan's not filmed anything. Are you close? It feels like you're really
No, I'm
close
not
to
that
me.
close. I can't really see your face yet.
So,
There it is.
as you've seen, we have new coilovers. All the fronts now painted and back together.
Ta-da.
Ricky Bobby didn't get angry at all with anyone about anything. He's now doing the lash and putting the girdles back on.
On the lash.
Right?
Nice.
You happy with that or no?
Yeah. Want to see a bit of activity.
Hive of activity. Catches are now in for the. Got the windows blowing out because they were blowing out like.
Show me
On
again,
the
show
run.
me again, show me again. Oh.
Also, I forgot to mention, in this time since we last went out, we've been back to paces with the car and had the rest of the sign writing done. So we got Charlie's Classic and Custom here. Before it said Classic Auto Brokers or something. And down on the rear valance, we have Huxley Motorsport. I'm sure you all know, helps with the car. And over the other side, we have Pace's Lettering Palace.
Sorry, I'm in a E-type on it here.
Yeah, and that's Pace who done the lettering. Must always put that on there. So it all ties in lovely.
How much faster will that paint can go?
He's gonna make him fast. He's gonna make him fast. I know. What else have we done? Is that about it? Oh, we have actually one more little upgrade that we put in. Bobby's wired us up. I just got to mount this on a long cable. A rev counter.
You were right there, it's a shit counter.
A shit rev counter.
Easy, can you explain why you got a cheap nasty one?
That's what I'm gonna do if you
Alright.
give me 5 seconds to explain. We want to put this next to the shifter and film it so we can actually see how accurate those chips are that we put in to the MSD.
Sounds a bit daft to do that. Surely there's someone sat in it. Can you not tell us, Charles?
Sometimes I struggle to retain information.
But surely we got a GoPro in there as well.
Also, sometimes I forget to turn the GoPro on, as we found out from the last video, when I turned it on for 1 out of 8 runs.
There is a lot going on in there. I mean, you've
There
got
is
to
a
let
lot.
it get up to boost, turn the anti-lag on. You've got that Lenco with all the levers.
Yeah,
to
I got a
deal
bump
with.
in, I got a bump in.
Bump in.
Anyway, just shut up. So, we're almost ready, and on top of all of that, we are planning on taking the big rig with us this time. So come back for the next episode to see us broke down on a motorway near you. No? I'll grow up.